Hello there and welcome to Tom's Warhammer Minis. Pestigors are beastmen with matted fur and bellies swollen by disease, sworn to serve Nurgle as they infest the woodlands and tangled wilds of Gyron. In the Darkwater set they are the second biggest unit to batch paint, but they can be easily achieved in a day. In this guide I'll show you a unique take on how I paint up my own beastmen while keeping the same Nurgle theme that I've done with all the other models within this set. The guide showcases how all the colours tie together very neatly with just some simple dry brushing that just makes them stand out absolutely perfectly. So grab your paints, grab your brushes, let's get hobby. And we're beginning with our Pestigors. This 8-man squad is absolutely awesome. I love this alternative take from what we're going to get from the main range where they've got armour. It just looks awesome. So to begin with, things to note, we're going to be batch painting them. I'm going to point out any individual details should they crop up, but generally what I do on one will be replicated in all 8, unless I say otherwise. But put it this way, if there are any variations, they're not going to be hidden from you. We're going to paint this all together. So, other point of interest to note, every model, like I've done so far in Darkwater, it's my kind of thing, unless I really state otherwise, it has been primed in white scar. So to begin with, we want the flesh tone to get done. There's a lot of flesh, they're wild beasts, and this mix I'm painting over is going over the flesh, it's going over any hair as well. So you can see like little bits of hair that are around their hooves. We're just going to paint straight over it and it will make sense. They act as an underlayer. Now, before we get into it, I am going to tint this green in the next step. It's going to make sense. But we can't just paint green paint onto white scar. Otherwise, all we're going to see is green. Our eyes won't understand it as organic. So I'm going to create this recipe. This is something I do with all my beastmen. You might have seen it on my Instagram. It's rather simple. This is going to be our traditional beastman colour. It's sort of tan skin tone. And we're going to tint it green in the next step. The colour is Fyreslayer Flesh. And we're going to need 2 parts of this. We're going to mix that with 2 parts of Darkoath Flesh. We're then going to add 1 part of Lahmium Medium to give us real control and flow. Nice and simply, like I said, over all of the skin, all of the hair, all of the fur. Nice and simple. I'm going to show a few other examples just to give you an idea. And a few more here. Nice and simple. It takes time, but it's worth the effort. Because once that flesh is done, pretty much most of the model is almost complete. So, get that done, let it completely dry, and we'll move on to the next step. Next up, we're going to tint that flesh to make it more iller looking. The colour is Gutrippa Flesh. It's exactly what I did on the zombies of this set. We're doing the same here as well. So we're going to take 1 part of Gutrippa Flesh and mix it with roughly 2 parts of Lahmium Medium. And as a glaze, we just want to apply it straight over the skin. Not too heavily where it pulls thickly and becomes extremely green, but just this consistency where it's an even layer. It just tints it in the most horribly Nurgle way imaginable. Now, while that's drying, we're going to take Wyldwood. And this time I'm painting it over all the hair. We did it in the flesh tone to begin with, and it just gives it a slightly more organic feel. Other than that, we're going on all of our wooden details too. So just take your time. Each model's slightly different. Don't forget you've got little dagger handles. Some of the swords just have the tiniest bit of wood at the bottom because they've got lots of wrappings. And then you've got these shields as well. So pick all those details out and then we'll move on to the next step. Sticking with the theme of Nurgle, we're going to base coat all of this cloth detail. Now the colour I'm using here is Creed Camo. It's that kind of perfect green that's quite grungy and works really well with the skin tone that we're building up there. Now technically across the 8 models there are 2 sections. You've got the cloth that goes around their heads and then you've got the waist cloth that's at the front and the back as well as the insides as well. Now there are a couple of models where the shields have this cloth as well, and it just makes sense to have it there too. After all, with speed painting, we want this done as quick as possible. So get those details in place, let them dry, and we'll move on to the next step. Next up, we are taking Agrax Earthshade. This is going to be for all of our ropes and bindings. So this could be things on the main weapons, lots of daggers that they have on the sides. Obviously, it's not on this one. Things that are holding skulls. Other examples for this one, you've got around their wrists, things like the bells. This kind of stuff is what we're looking for. And while we've got it to hand, we can also shade the sternum mud, assuming that you're using that example as well. Next up, we've got a whole host of colours, really pretty much finishing off our contrast paints here. So to begin with, we're taking Cygor Brown. This is going to be for all of the leather straps, as well as the little bag satchels that are around these models. It's not that much to do. Some have more straps, especially going around the shoulder blades. Some are just nice and simple, like this one, where it's just going around the waist. Moving on from that, our bigger one to do is Skeleton Horde. This is for all of our bone details. A lot of their faces have eroded due to Nurgle's toxins. You've got the hooves, skulls, that kind of stuff. We're just picking all of those details out. Next up, we're going to take Nazdreg Yellow. And this is going to be for all the pus spots around the skin, just really adding to this gruesome vibe that we've absolutely created with the skin tone, making them look more pestilent rather than actual general beastmen. Moving on from that, there are 4 models which have these severed heads. 2 have it on shields, and there's one that's attached to a waist. Essentially, I've done the same for all of them. So it's just Reikland Fleshshade for the face, and Black Templar just for the hair. Now, showing you another example of our models with all those details on is this one, and where we've got one slight alteration is 2 of these models have tongues sticking out, and nice and simple, I've just done that with Volupus Pink. So do that across all your models, and we're going to do an overall wash before we highlight all of those details in one go. Next up, we're going to do an overall wash, and the colour is going to be Athonian Camoshade, but I don't want the real intensity of it. I just want to tie all the colours together neatly, as you can see. So I'm going to take one part in a sort of big mix, because we're doing all the models in one go. One part Athonian Camoshade to a 2-part ratio of Lahmium Medium. And like I said, it's not going to matter if we get the metallic details, because we haven't base coated them yet. We're literally applying this over everything we've done. There's 2 reasons to this. It ties all the colours together in a very neat Nurgle way, because it's that green tone that we want. As you can see, it works really nicely, but it's also going to act as a subtle varnish. Essentially, what I'm going to be doing next is doing an overall dry brush of all the colours we've done far, thus completing them, which means we'll only have the metallics left to do. So we don't want to chip all that work that we've done. It's not going to be a 100% guarantee, but it just means that if we've got a soft dry brush catching as many details as we can, it shouldn't chip anything. Next up, we're going to highlight all of the things we've painted so far, including the base. Essentially, we want one overall colour that just ties it neatly together, especially when we're speed painting and we've got a huge batch of models like this. We just want to make life easier, but equally, we want them to look awesome. The colour is Pallid Wych Flesh. It's so similar in tone to all of these sort of grim, dark colours of Nurgle that we've been doing. It just makes everything pop. Just be very gentle as you do it. We don't want to chip any paint, but we just want to very gently catch as many edges as possible and just really provide nice little edge highlights to all of the models. Doing this across all 8 and finishing those details. Next up, all we got left is the metallic details. Next up, we're going to do our metallic details. This is going to be the base coat, the shade, and the highlight. The highlights obviously being dry brushing. For our bronze details, I've used Screaming Bell. And to shade it, I've used Agrax Earthshade. Now obviously make sure each part dries before moving on to the next step. And for a dry brush for our bronze details, I've used Sycorax Bronze. Nice and simple. We're looking for shoulder plates, we're looking for these emblems, these little trinkets, this kind of stuff for our bronze detailing. For our silver details, there's not as much, mainly on the shields, mainly the blades. Don't forget you've got the blades at the back as well. Our base coat is going to be Iron Warriors. Obviously let it dry. Once again, our shade is Agrax Earthshade. And for our dry brush highlight, I've just used Stormhost Silver to give that real nice bright vivid finish. Now at this stage, our models are complete. You could leave it there, However, I'm going to add a few technical details just to really enhance mostly the metallics and make everything pop out a little bit more. And finally, we're finishing off our models with those technical paints. First of all, taking a small dry brush, we're going to stipple on Blood for the Blood God all over our metallic weapons, and that is including the blades at the back. Nice and simple, it makes them gruesome. Now, we're going to do a bit of verdigris on our bronze detailing. The method I like to use is 3 parts Briar Queen Chill and 1 part of Nihilakh Oxide. Essentially, it gives us control, turns it more into a contrast paint, but still with the technical effect of verdigris. Just put little tiny amounts on the areas of the bronze detailing. One of those cases, a bit like the Blood for the Blood God, as little as much as you want. And I've stippled a tiny bit onto the base as well, just for added effect. Now, my final choice, it's Nurgle. We couldn't really say no to Nurgle's rot, especially with these Pestigors. And I've just stippled a few drops here and there around the base for extra detailing. At this point, my model is complete. It looks amazing. All we need to do now, if you haven't already, paint the rim of the base. I like to go Abdon Black, and we can add a few tufts. And there we have it. The Pestigors are complete. And once again, I keep saying it, but it's absolutely true. Just absolutely fantastic models in this set. They are very easy to paint. They are full of detail. They look incredible. It's just brilliant. Makes me want to get the other new ones too. Yep, I would like 2 more. Not because I need to paint more. It would be nice to have a squad of 10. It's the way things are though sometimes. But they are absolutely brilliant sculpts. Hopefully they'll get a separate release. Now if this video has inspired you, then please do click that like button. Show that bit of hobby love, but also share the video too, and that's quite important. It reaches other people who might not be aware of my channel, and all that means is if they need help and support, they find my videos, it helps them. It's a win-win situation. It's not about fame, it's about supporting the Warhammer community. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe too, because that is extremely important. It's the support that helps this channel grow, and supporting me does something truly wonderful. It means I get to continue supporting you, the awesome Warhammer community. So, until the next video, do look after yourselves, and happy hobbying.